With the new Wonder Man series coming out on Disney Plus in 2 months, many are wondering who this knockoff Wonder Woman even is and what is he doing in the MCU. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is debuting in the role of Simon Williams. You might recognize him from Aquaman 2, from the pre-James Gunn DCU. With how obscure Wonder Man is as a character, you probably don't know the background of him, unless you watched that West Coast Avengers series from the 2000s that lasted only, 5 months? Yeah, it sucked, but a lot of millennials actually liked it, so that's good for them, I guess. Or if you recognize him from his time in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where he's just a dude with purple paint on him. Wait, no, not him, the other one. Yeah, there you go. Or if you're just a Marvel nerd that reads the comics, because, who does that? Only weirdos. Yeah. But there's no better time to learn about this character and know what to expect than now, so you're not confused when the show comes out in January. So sit back, relax, and let's jab into it. Wonder Man, aka Simon Williams, was born in Paterson, New Jersey as the youngest son of Sanford Williams, owner of Williams Innovations. Sanford Williams was a brutal perfectionist, which led Simon and his older brother Eric to grow up in an abusive household. While Simon was smart, quiet, and nerdy, Eric was loud and rebellious, which foreshadows his future as the villain, Grim Reaper. After his dad died, Simon took over his family's company to Eric's dismay. So if I was you, I would watch my back, Simon. While under new ownership, Williams Innovations became a major rival with Stark Industries, causing their business to fail. Because, I don't know who they thought they were going against Iron Goat. They were going against Tony Stark, the king of businesses. Get out of here, get out of here. I don't know how they thought this was going to end up. Eventually, like all businessmen do, Simon hit a low point and was manipulated by Eric to embezzle money used to invest in criminal rackets. He was later caught and taken to jail. After his conviction, Simon's bail was paid off by the Enchantress and Baron Zemo, members of the Masters of Evil. Zemo offered Simon ionic ray treatments to give him superpowers, and being in such a low mindset, he of course accepted it. What Simon didn't know is that the evil people were planning to do evil things, because who would guess that? And that the treatments would kill him within a week if not given the antidote from Zemo. Yo, for someone so smart, is so stupid, and it's just annoying. But let's move on. After taking the treatments, Simon gained super strength, invulnerability, flight, energy projection, enhanced senses, and finally took on the name Wonder Man. But he also got this weird suit that made him look like a turtle, so I don't really know what the trends were in the 60s. But it must be better than what we have now. His first mission with the Masters of Evil was to lure the Avengers into a trap. After the Masters trapped the Avengers, Wonder Man realized that Zemo wasn't just trying to humiliate them, but actually kill them. So he had a change of heart and freed the Avengers, leading to his sacrificial death by the hands of Zemo. Thanks to the ionic energy infused into him, his body never decayed, meaning though he wasn't dead, he wasn't quite alive. So he stayed this way in the Avengers' basement for a while. While he was in this state, Ultron was created by Hank Pym and Tony Stark and stole Wonder Man's stored brainwaves to create Vision, creating a sort of mental brotherhood between the two. Aww. Fast forward years later, Tony Stark and Hank Pym, along with the Scarlet Witch's hex magic, recharged and stabilized the ionic energy within Wonder Man, bringing him back to life. Well, at least for the first time. After joining the Avengers full-time, Simon wanted to pursue a side career in Hollywood, which is crazy to say as a side job to this day and age. So he became an actor and stuntman, benefiting from his fame as a superhero. As an actor, he starred in off-Broadway plays and TV shows like The Uncle Elmer Show and Monster Man. Since his career as an actor blew up, Simon moved to LA and joined the West Coast Avengers, with characters like Hawkeye, Tigra, and other less-known characters needing the spotlight. This era of Wonder Man is when I would say he was in his peak, especially for the comics. He was fighting villains like Black Talon, Living Laser, and Graviton with the West Coast Avengers, while still developing as a character, becoming an icon of his time. There is this one storyline when Simon secretly fell in love with the Scarlet Witch, who was married to Vision at the time. And like the good brother he was, Simon was ashamed of his attraction and kept it hidden. Until one storyline, when Vision's personality was deleted and Simon stepped up as an emotional support. Then, Wanda found out she had feelings for him, which started a relationship between the two, which worked until Simon didn't feel right because he didn't know if she was in love with him or because he reminded her of Vision because of the whole mental brotherhood thing. So obviously, the relationship ended between them for a while. Simon Williams is a great complex character, written so well within the comics, who deserves so much more love, which is hopefully what we get in his upcoming show. But what does all this background information mean for Wonder Man and the MCU? From all the trailers, you could tell that they aren't really doing this exactly like the comics, and that Marvel's trying something they've never done before. But I really like the way it looks so far. With just the general knowledge from the trailers, I think that when trying out for the role of Wonder Man, Simon is gonna go to the beyond just to fit the role. So either he's going to get into something sketchy with a villain like Baron Zemo, because you remember he's still alive ever since the Falcon series from 2021, I think? Or someone else to give him the powers he had in the comics. Or there's also some theories going around that he's gonna be born with it, which is just completely not like the comics. I think all this superpower shenanigans is gonna lead to some villain, probably the Grim Reaper, seeking out this power because he's either envious of how great he is, can't be happy for him. You know, classic villain motivations. But all this conflict is obviously gonna create problem and troubles in Hollywood. Also, with his connection with Vision, he has a lot of opportunities for the MCU. Like, he might even show up in the upcoming Vision Quest series, or even Secret Wars. You never know. Also, I just want to put this out there so that if I'm right, you guys can be like, oh my gosh, he's such a mastermind. But characters I'm predicting are gonna be in the show are Grim Reaper, Vision, Shang-Chi, Zemo, and maybe even Speed. And before you say anything, nobody knows how Kevin Feige's mind works, especially with his casting for Doctor Doom, which is just unexpected. Yeah, unexpected. Seriously though, so far this show feels like a tribute to all actors in superhero roles everywhere. And I really like that take for such an industry-affiliated character. I'm genuinely excited for the Wonder Man series in January, and I've been waiting for this ever since they announced it years ago. But what are you looking forward to see in Wonder Man? And has the trailer reached your expectations? Like, subscribe, and don't accept superpowers from obviously sketchy and evil people.